Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about how team roles can impact team culture, and hopefully by the end of our chat you'll learn that great teams don't just happen, they're built role by role. What was your role on the team?
Depends what team, but we're on an IM soccer team and I play defense.
I also play defense.
There we go.
First one that comes to mind is that I'm a research assistant for an entomology lab here.
我在团队里面角色是拍摄。
So I've not been on a team like sports-wise, or even my work is more individual-oriented.
That's fine. Have you ever been on a team that had to do like anything with like family, like having to get some type of project done or task done?
Helping take care of my mom, kind of.
Perfect. How do you think that affected your like quote-unquote team dynamic or just like relationship dynamic?
Actually, I think it was good. We had to kind of organize who was going to take care of her and take turns with that.
And how do your roles on that team affect the team dynamic?
We set the tone though.
We really do, building from the back, that's literally our role.
I don't want to say fun to a team, but I like to I guess increase the chemistry between team members.
团队所做出来的影片好坏都是由我决定，因为我是负责拍摄跟剪辑，所以我要做整个影片的总和。
And one last question for you. Do you think what you did was a task role, a relationship role, or an individual role?
Relationship role, I think it's an interconnected role. Everyone on the team has a part to play, and that part makes.
这是我的兴趣，所以我就把它当我的角色。那我觉得这跟团队合作有非常大的关系，因为所有的成败都在我身上。我如果没有剪好、没有做好、没有拍好，那这东西就会变得非常的蠢。
Wait, question. How do you know what roles are?
Well, basically roles are a set of prescriptions that are defined by the behaviors of a person within a team and within their certain position.
So why is this important to a team again?
Well, according to UC Berkeley, the most effective team leaders build their relationships off of trust and loyalty rather than fear or the power of their positions. Plus, the National Library of Medicine found that teams with a more diverse and defined team roles had higher performances and overall better teamwork. So basically when a team member knows their roles, it can totally change how successful a team can be.
And there are three main types of team roles that members can fulfill, those being task roles, relationship roles, and even some individual roles.
Let's start with task roles. Task roles focus on getting things done. They often refer to the logistical things that people do to help their team reach the goals and the objectives of the entire project. So for instance, let's take an information seeker. They tend to help the team perform the task roles. They often help bring research and information to the table so then the team has a baseline or a knowledge base. And this can be applied to like many situations. So like imagine you work for like a conservation group and the team needs to know who all the stakeholders are, like the local communities, the nonprofits, the corporations, etc. But you also need to know how to contact them, who they are and why they matter. So as the information seeker, you would find these facts and then you would bring them back to the team.
There are relationship roles which help maintain harmony in a team, like a harmonizer. People in this role help build cohesion, trust, and satisfaction in a team. Harmonizers do this by helping maintain positive interpersonal relationships within the team. You may see them step in as a mediator in a conflict or encourage other members in the team to positively participate as well.
And finally, let's talk about individual roles. So individual roles often highlight when a team member's personal goals are put above the whole team. So to go one step further, Griffin and Dunham describe individual roles as behaviors that are counterproductive to a team's success. So for instance, an avoider may ignore their responsibilities, hurting the success of the team in the end. So as you can imagine, there can be a lot of negative connotation to individual roles, but that's not always the case. So individual roles can sometimes be positive too. So like for instance, you can have the joker of the group. The joker may often bring laughter and joy and lightheartedness to the team, helping with the relationship roles. However, a joker can hurt the team when timing is not appropriate.
Team roles play an important part in cultivating a team's culture, meaning the set of shared beliefs, values, and customs that unifies a group. It influences people's behavior as well as the physiological safety of the environment. Each team role has an important part in creating a group team culture.
Now, to take that one step further, team culture is concerned with how employees in a team share knowledge and how team members support one another. The attitudes of the manager or team leader often affect the team culture. If roles are balanced, task, relationship, and individual roles, the culture becomes supportive and productive. But if one role takes over and dominates the group, the culture can crash.
Basically, roles don't just exist in culture, they shape it. Now, in most conversations, we can find that people think teams rely on a single leader to build team culture. However, the long-term success of a team culture relies on everyone, including you, me, and the rest of our team.
All members contribute by owning their unique roles, supporting each other while promoting an environment of grace, trust, respect, and most importantly, accountability. Like author Janice wrote, when you extend that grace, you're letting your team know it's okay to take risks and speak up, as long as they grant one another the same respect.
Working in team is not easy. This is why understanding what team roles are and taking accountability for your own contributions is vital. Additionally, communicating and supporting each other through the changes that can occur helps foster a long-term healthy team culture and therefore success.
Well, what have we learned? We learned that team roles come in 3 types: task, relationship, and individual. And we learned how each role affects the team's growth and functions over time. This is important for us to know because knowing your role and understanding others can create trust, boost collaboration, and build a stronger team culture. So remember that great teams don't just happen. They are built role by role.
Role by role.
Role by role.